What a business, what an opportunity. Each of us came into the business for certainly our own reasons. What brought me into the business, different than what brought you in potentially, but we all came into the business for the promise of autonomy, the ability to run your own business, specifically to run your own professional practice and make the decisions about who you're going to work with and the kinds of strategies and products and services that you're going to focus on working with your clients on. We all came into it for the ability to earn a great income. And we came into it for the ability to do all of those things by doing good and impactful work. The opportunity to do well by doing good is a really, really powerful thing. You looked around the industry and saw something in Planning Alliance that made you think that this was the place for you to start your career or to potentially advance your career. And the firm saw something in you that said, yep, this is the person or a person who's going to be a great fit for our culture, who's going to be successful. This is a person who can have a great career, and we want to help them to do it. We spoke about the performance equation, and the idea there is it's talent times habits times opportunity. The opportunity says, do you see yourself as a financial professional? Do you see yourself as a financial professional with Planning Alliance? The talent portion is, do you have what it takes, the intellect, the know-how, the understanding to be successful here? And are you able to learn all the different aspects that will help to make you successful in this role, in this career? And then the habits. This is the critical piece because the habits are the one thing that you're completely responsible for. And it's habits of attitude and effort. And working together, we're going to help you to develop all the skills that you need to become successful, the skills you need to remain successful and to take your business and your life to wherever it is that you want to take it. I believe that true love is accountability. When we fail to hold someone accountable, we do you, your loved ones, and ourselves a disservice. It's nothing but a negative thing for somebody to come into a new opportunity and to not be successful and to languish and just not to realize the potential that you saw when you came into the opportunity. So when we're able to hold one another accountable, what we do is we create and foster a culture of excellence. And that culture of excellence obviously leads to success. It leads to fun. It leads to a great community. And that's what we want. As self managers, we recognize what we have control of and what we don't. And for better or for worse, we only really have control over two things that I talked about earlier, our attitude and our effort. More specifically, we have absolute control over our habits of attitude and effort, recognizing that developing those two areas is essential to your success as a human being, but certainly as a financial professional. And we're excited to have you do it here. We're excited to have you join Planning Alliance and to have a wonderful, incredible career with us. And in service of that, we are implementing the traffic light. So, what it does is it tracks 3 weekly activity standards. And those are that on a weekly basis, we get 25 new qualified suspects. We schedule 10 appointments and we submit one piece of business. One application is submitted. So you're familiar with the traffic light. It's green, it's yellow, and it's red. So what does that mean? Well, to find ourselves in green, to be in green for the week means that we completed all 3 of those. We got 25 qualified suspects, we set 10 appointments, and we submitted a new piece of business. That puts us in green. To find ourselves in yellow means that we did 1 or 2 of those 3 things. And when we find ourselves in red, that means that we did not complete any of the 3. So 0 of the 3. So when you're in green, that means you're meeting the standard. What happens if you do not find yourself in green? What happens if you find yourself in red? Well, fundamentally, that means that there's a disconnect, that you are not executing and doing the things that you need to do to be successful in this career. So if you find yourself in red 4 weeks in a row, if you're in pre-contract, you'll be terminated. If you have flipped or turned on your contract, you will either voluntarily suspend yourself, or you will be terminated. What happens if you consistently find yourself in yellow? If you find yourself in yellow for 8 weeks in a row, we're going to put together a 30, 60, and 90-day accountability plan. So none of this is punitive. That's something I really want to reinforce with you. We're not doing this because we're interested in being overly tough on you. What we're interested in doing is helping you to have a career. And we know that if you're able to successfully and consistently get the right number of names, set the right number of appointments, and submit enough business, that you're positioning yourself for success. If you do those things, are you guaranteed to be successful? No, but you probably will be. If you don't do those things, are you guaranteed to fail? Well, not necessarily, but you probably will. So it's not an easy standard to meet, but it is most certainly an achievable standard to meet. And it's the minimum standard that you must meet if you wish to find long-term success in our business. The goal of the traffic light is to foster a culture of excellence, and most importantly, to help you have the career that you desire. So each Friday, you'll report your results from the prior week. Were you in green? Were you in yellow? Were you in red? And you will report that during our Friday morning session. We are committed to helping you have a successful career running a dynamic and impactful practice here at Planning Alliance. And we're confident you have what it takes to do it. Mutual accountability will help us to get there. As always, whenever you are struggling, whenever you're feeling anything other than great about something, if you need help, if you need some extra support in setting appointments, in getting your names, in submitting business, we need you to raise your hand and say, hey, I am struggling in this area. Please do that. Please do not suffer in silence. Please do not languish with negative feelings, of discomfort, whatever it might be. Feelings are a wonderful, wonderful thing. They're important to pay attention to. We want to feel our feelings and then get back to doing what it is that we need to do. And sometimes we need a little bit of help and support. And your entire leadership team, and certainly myself at Planning Alliance, are here to do exactly that. Thanks, and I will see you in green.